Hello everybody, it's Mimberly. Welcome back to the channel. This is kind of following on from the post that I made about an hour ago. I finished typing it up on my break while I was at work. So for those of you who haven't seen it, you can use this video as reference. If not, and you don't want to hear me rambling for probably 25 minutes knowing me, you can go ahead and skip straight to the post. So I will leave that in the description. But let's chat. Let's have an update. So on the 21st of August, which was last Friday, me and Cade received some news that we were genuinely not expecting. I'm not ready to talk about it right now because I kind of need to do a little bit more and wait a bit before I announce what it is. I am down if you guys want to start making your theories in the comments, but it is good news. I'm not going to worry any of you. It is good news. Very good news, actually. I just need to hold fire on announcing anything until we know a little bit more. So, yeah, that news hit me and Cade very unexpectedly, which unfortunately has led to me having to put all my time and attention on that rather than working on videos. So I had full intentions of restarting double upload month from Monday. As you guys can tell, that did not happen. I don't know whether to just set it again from starting next week or if I just stop double upload month now and just focus on catching up on content and getting like early access up. I don't know. I'm still figuring everything out. I'm still processing everything, but I do just want to kind of go into a little bit of details with regards to what's going on. I've actually got some notes for once on my other monitor because unfortunately Mim is never prepared, and the one time she has prepared she forgot to get the notes up because typical. So it is basically just going to be giving you an update on a couple of series and honestly just giving you an overall update as to where I am, how I'm feeling, etc. Because I know some of you have been very worried the last couple of weeks. Don't worry, I'm fine, I'm breathing, just processing. So, first off, let's talk about Tears of Themis. Now, I have been really enjoying playing the game. So, I've actually gone ahead and finished chapter 1 and I recorded the birthday event. Now, I did accidentally miss the birthday event, so I had to move the date again. So that way, you know, there wasn't going to be any problems there. But unfortunately, that does mean now I'm going to have to try and earn another one of the birthday passes to change it to my birthday for next year. That's a later Mimberly problem. But so far, I've been genuinely really enjoying Tears of Themis so much that I have officially decided to increase the number of episodes a week to 2 minimum, maybe 3, depends on what's going on the schedule. But not just because I've been really enjoying Tears of Themis, but also I will be completely upfront, kind of leading into my next point. The Love and Deepspace drama has really worn me down, and you know, with Gamescom happening and still nothing about Valco, it kind of does feel a little bit like a slap in the face that Infold kind of expect us to just get on with it. I got a separate video which I'm going to be, well, 2 separate videos I'm going to be making about the Valco situation later on. But basically my overall thoughts now is I have officially decided that outside of promises, I am not spending any in-game money, because the promises translate to about £20 in Great British, and the 2 cards that I get, those 2 combined normally make me back just about the same amount of revenue than it is for me to purchase the cards. And I'm not going to be honest, the reruns for the promises are really like expensive, so I would not personally forgive myself if I didn't get them. Like, I'm not getting the Aurum passes, I'm not getting anything else. I'm literally just getting the promise, because I am still playing lads basically on a daily basis, but I am not committing anywhere near as much financial input into gacha games in general. This is not just Love and Deepspace related. This is kind of linking to the news earlier that I mentioned we had on the 21st. Me and Cade have got quite a lot of big investments that we need to focus on. So, for example, Cade recently went ahead and bought himself a new PC because he's now got a credit score in the UK, which means he can now finance things finally, but he decided to go ahead and use that to finance a new computer, which is not the best computer, but it was 800 quid. It's decent for what you can do. And just watching him being able to play the games that he loves again is honestly really, really heartwarming. Like, just watching the prick playing Helldivers 2, laughing and being a meme. I joined him on occasion as well. It's really brought him that spark back to life that he was, like, kind of lacking from the everyday slug of being a full-time employee. So now we've now said we're going to be focusing on paying that off. We've also got the holiday in Amsterdam, which we're supposed to be going to in January. Highlight the word supposed. And we've also got that to pay off. We also have been talking about moving house because the flat that we have here has been having a couple of problems. Nothing life or death, but it's just definitely making things a lot more difficult for me and Cade. And Cade's now trying to find a better line of work now that his visa's been extended. He is now looking for another job, and there is nothing in the area that we live in. It is all care work and delivery driver work, and Cade doesn't have a UK's driver's license yet. He is working towards one, but the wait times in the UK is abysmal. So we're kind of locked where we are until we either A, get lucky, or B, move house. And we have now been considering moving closer to my parents, but that is a very big commitment and a very big move. So we're doing our research before we do anything, but we have a lot of big things going on in the background, which is partially why the uploads have been really slow. And I just kind of want to use some of the energy that I had for Love and Deepspace for other games, like, for example, Withering Waves. I haven't actually officially started posting Withering Waves yet, but I made the announcement that it was going to come. I was legitimately planning on releasing this well over a week ago, but I wanted to go ahead and get a few episodes recorded just so that way, you know, I could put them all on early access, get them all out to you guys, and then I had a good amount of time to collect feedback on that series while working on the other series, and then I could come back, address the feedback, and then put that into account for future episodes, if that makes sense. Because it's not you post a video and then that's it, because I'm one of those people that I try to think at least a week and ahead when it comes to videos. And the reason for all this is multiple reasons, really. Main reason is I can't tell you the amount of times that I have been working on that day's video or tomorrow's video that evening, and that puts so much of a time pressure and restraint on me. I don't like being held back by the amount of time I have, so I like being able to get a couple of episodes done ahead of time. That way I've got a bit more time to do everything. Like, for example, Baldur's Gate 3. I had already recorded 2 episodes of that before I started uploading it. Same for Love and Deepspace. I posted the first episode for Lads. I was actually already on my 3rd episode by the time you guys saw that, because I was aware there was a daily login thing with regards to XP. So basically the first episode also had some issues. I started recording the game, got through the beginning cutscene, and then the game just kept disconnecting. Couldn't understand why. I closed down the game to try and see, okay, do I need to reinstall it? And of course the launcher now then decided it wanted to update, and that update took me nearly an entire bloody evening. So we've got there in the end. So I'm happy to announce Withering Waves should be dropping sometime this weekend, and I just want to apologise for the delays on that one. But speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, their streams for Baldur's Gate 3 will be returning soon. Recently, Twitch had this massive thing where they brought out this whole, oh, we're going to make every user automatically opt in to use their content to train our AI. Now, you guys will know I'm very against AI on this channel. I will only use it to help me with something, but I won't use it to replace somebody. For example, if I'm trying to word something in a better way, I might occasionally use ChatGPT to help me with that. But outside that, I point blank refuse to use AI, like AI chatbots, that sort of thing. And unfortunately, Twitch basically turned around and said, oh, well, you know, if we made it a thing that you had to opt in, nobody would opt in. It's almost like they know that no one wants this whole AI thing. So, you know, I kind of, one, had to make sure I was opted out of that correctly, because knowing me, I would have done something wrong. But also, kind of leading on to my next point with regards to my general mental health and well-being, I just needed to take a break from streams, because I've recently gone on to antidepressants. I'm on, let me just check what the name of it is. I'm on Steriline now. And I've been on it for the last couple of weeks, and some of the side effects is it has been making me very, very sleepy. So I have been taking a lot of naps, and I've also been really pushed at work as well. So unfortunately, my job doesn't like to help me out much when it comes to pressure. So they'll give me more work, but that's it. Because one of our girls is still out, which means someone's got to do her work. And unfortunately, most of that goes to Muggins there. And my other two full-timers, so we get really, really stressed. But, let's talk about Love and Deepspace. I've got a couple of notes on my screen here for this one. Basically, the Love and Deepspace content is going to slow down. It's not going to disappear. I want to disclaim now, because I do still have access to the account, which has got all the backdated content. But new content going forward will be slowing down. And the main reason for this is going to be new content. I cannot, with a good conscience, continue to spend money on Love and Deepspace at the level I was. So for full transparency, when we were having a multi, I normally budgeted myself anywhere between £100 to £150 a month, because I knew those cards, especially if I could get them out quickly, especially if it was like a Silas card, would basically pay a vast majority of that revenue back. That's how I kind of use my channel money, is to basically use it to make content for you guys so I get that money back, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, because of the whole Valco situation, I just can't with a good conscience continue to spend ridiculous amounts of money on the game. And that is really hard to say, because I do love Love and Deepspace. I love all the characters, I love the lore, and I genuinely was so excited for Valco. But basically, I've now turned around and basically set my boundary with the game being, I'll still buy the promises, but I will only spend the money as and when I want to. And as hard as I'm going to hate myself for saying this, I'm only going to spend if it's Silas content. That's it. Because the Silas content is the one that performs the best, because Silas girly. Duh. But also the fact that I'm not, the No Defense Zone rerun kind of hit me unexpectedly, because even though technically I should have been expecting it, because we passed over No Defense Zone because we got the Wander and Wonder rerun, I kind of pushed aside the thought of a rerun for that one. But the timing of it does feel very deliberate. And I'm going to be honest, Valco not being in the game, it doesn't quite feel right logging in. It doesn't feel the same as, you know, logging in, seeing all my boys, laughing at what stupid outfits they've put on. Knowing that Valco should have been there, and I would have had 2 months worth of content up for him already, because I was ready to go for him. It's pissed me off. And I can say with full confidence, again, due to non-disclosure agreement, I cannot say much more. But the key opinion chat, so this is like the chat for the content creators, we are still continuing to talk in there every day. We're still talking about Valco. And, you know, we were recently talking about the Gamescom live chat where people kept saying about Valco and things like that. And honestly, the community overall coming together means the fucking world to me. But we have to be realistic. There's probably something bigger than Infold stopping them from releasing Valco at this time. Because I do not genuinely believe, with how much we shouted about Valco, how many feedback forms we filled out, how many times they have to post on Twitter, and all of our responses are, bring back Valco. I logically cannot think either A, Infold are not braining, which, from a company's perspective, they're basically committing career right now because of this situation. But I also do believe that this is also going to affect other games and Infold as a company, because it's not just Love and Deepspace they also do Infinity Nikki and other games as well. So I cannot with a common logic think why they'd continue to ignore the players unless there was something bigger going on than they can't talk about. Again, that's just my own personal opinion. I can be wrong, and I probably am wrong. And again, you guys can continue to put your own thoughts in the comments. But going forward, basically any new cards I'm not going to be able to cover unless it's Silas related, because that's the only one I'm going to be actively pulling for. Of course, I'll still continue to post the pull videos, and if I get, say for example, Zane fucking comes home early again, because that always seems to happen, then of course I'll cover the card if I get it. But unless I'm able to access the card by some other means, for example, we could look at going down the route of reacting to a YouTube video, which is no commentary, but then I feel like that'd be wrong because it's another creator's content, that sort of thing. There's a couple of other bits we could go down, but honestly, again, I'd be down to welcome opinions. Raphael's Myth, I have not recorded it as of yet. I will be doing it this weekend, again, because of the news kind of got slapped unexpectedly. And that's going to include the event playthrough, so keep an eye out for that. But event playthroughs I'll still play because they're free to play and I don't have to actively pull for them to be able to make content on them. So, yeah. That's kind of where I'm going with, lads. But of course, if any of you guys got any questions about any of this, please let me know. What else has been going on? The server update. So me and Chris are finalizing the server over the next couple of days. Once we go through the trial testing, the new server will be going live. Now, does this mean that Mim is going to have to go in and update every single fucking Discord link on her YouTube channel? Yes. It's going to take me days, if not hours. But you know what? I'll do it because this new server is designed to make things a lot more tidier and less overwhelming for people, and also make it more customizable. So it's going to be beneficial for you guys, especially this next point, which is other visual novels. Now, we kind of started covering other visual novels earlier in the year, and I'd say honestly 4 of my highlights so far being Touch Starved, A Date with Death, Star Cult, and another series which I haven't gotten out to you yet. But one of my biggest goals right now is just basically to get ahead on several other series, so that way the channel members can start getting the early access to videos again. And I've been genuinely really enjoying just playing the other visual novels. I will reveal one of them is the Colonel Saunders one, because Lexi asked me to do it. Lexi, I'm still questioning why, but you know what? I'm not going to question it. And if there's, honestly, I'm going to be reading a lot about the community over the next couple of days. I've been really enjoying just going through and reading comments, because I like keeping up with how you guys are feeling. Because this community, when I first started a YouTube channel, my first ever YouTube channel, I wanted a community that was open and honest with each other. Now, that channel didn't work out. Neither did the second channel. Neither did the third channel. Kind of nearly the fourth one didn't either. This is my 5th YouTube channel, I think, now, if I've counted correctly. And this one, honestly, even though it's probably like medium when it comes to size, this feels the most successful to me. So I would love to keep that streak going. So if there's any series that I have missed, or anything that you're currently waiting on, for example, you're waiting for a backdated Xavier card, for example, being the spring card, which I have recorded, I just haven't got out because that card was fucking long. I feel really proud of this community, seeing how we've been sticking together, especially through the Valco situation, and the fact that a vast majority of this community has stayed relatively polite and positive to each other. And I don't want to take credit, but I do feel like I've got a good part in that, because I'm always kind of I don't like to cover drama unless I feel like it's necessary. And I will be releasing a video tomorrow about the Valco situation, because Angel made a video about that and I did want to cover it anyway, so yeah. So I'm going to be doing that. But I really just want to say thank you so much for your love and patience recently. Let me know what your theories are about the news in the comments, because I'll be very curious to see if you guys can figure it out. It's not going to be revealed for a while, so I don't want to, you know, start making you guys panic. It is good news, but I can't say anything for like a good probably like another month or 2, really. But there's a lot of big changes coming for this channel, and I really want to start working towards getting the channel to where I want it to be. And just generally just everyone being really nice and kind to each other. It does make me very emotional, and I don't mean to be so emotional, but I am, because I'm an emotional mess. But on that note, that's pretty much everything really I wanted to go through. If I have missed anything, or like I said, you have any questions, please just ask me and let me know. I love being able to read your comments and replying to them when I can. And it's back to work for me. So I will see you guys on the next one. So take care, everybody. I cannot wait to bring out the next new series to you, because it's something that I think you guys have been kind of waiting for, but not been screaming about. So I kind of will be shadow dropping it. Anyway, see you guys soon. Bye.